at this point, that big high pressure system is sitting in the middle of the Atlantic and just spinning clockwise, and we're on the upper side of it and just blowing us. We're making great progress, but we have reports of a storm coming up, coming down from England, and a storm coming from Canada, both low pressure systems and converging on the Azores, and so we're racing against the storms to try to get past them. You can see kind of on the horizon the cloud formations from the high pressure that was beneath us.
Had you called me yet to ask about the fuel consumption of your motor?
we completely overestimated the amount of fuel that we would require, and because I said there was no gas gauge on the boat, so we had a log that we kept track of how often we'd run the engine. We'd only run the engine to recharge the batteries,
so that you could run the navigational computer in this camera, right?
Camera and everything, and the charts that we had looked at on fuel consumption we're making the assumption that you're actually using the engine for power. So yeah, we were completely overestimated the amount of fuel required, and we didn't have a gas gauge on the boat, and we were keeping a detailed log of every time we would run the engine, which we only ran for purposes of recharging the battery, so we could run the camera and run the computer and the autopilot and navigation systems. And about halfway through the trip, after we did our first refuel, we noticed that the tank wasn't as empty as we thought it should be. So we called up Craig, and he looked up online what the fuel efficiency at the various RPMs that we were running at. And to our pleasant surprise, we had
we're going to have to redo that because...
it goes by so quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to have to redo this chapter here. So we'll just restart. I don't know how I'm going to fit that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole chapter.
Yeah.
Almost. But it's important. It's a good story.
It's a good story. So
we'll redo it, and I'll make it shorter.
Yeah.
We had too much gas.
I'll figure it out.
You had a good margin on.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we'll redo your Night Ranger miss here. Let me.
Weren't they trying to avoid you?
Mm-hmm. We were getting closer.
We don't want to get busted for running into those guys.
Yeah, we were trying to get close to them, and they kept on diverting. We'd called them up on the VHF,